yeden I kommer basena mayani duwem kud usen fremme yak ni kup sini kem bok oba usene menyang medu zika ukun akam kara state nyin ete udum Emmanuel anam yadi on ko kara idep nyin e ba ke ndara bigino mbon nkautu bigare di on ke monte ex militant utum no ni se enam e kamen wa mi de mo et tout de mon ketara medara awo do sara no president item ke chuko ndo tumbon ex militant akedi go fo to mo ko yo de disiu yo no ye ya ko sem bromi atam
state governor do Emmanuel matang ti akan bonu bi mi e mai ke ni wo to ena ni sio fa mo ri on ke ri nam kondin yang bone segem kwa ba ta ke fere no bonu bi mi e ri on ke the presidential amnesty office ya wa me no mo utom ka fa o dan ma fa utom mo ke ba ku pe governor do mo tanke da kan bonu bi mi e ka pesa e mane yo ri ne mbari wood aya wa me rin ada kada ke amo ri ben semmo e ri on isan keruna governor do mo ma di ando ke me ya na mi no me uwe me fa infen atre pan ke ba ke aribum aro pan ke ba ke aribum aro da na sa ke kisong awo na president item ke ndu teme se em kwa ba di fe no kan bonu bi mi Major General Paul Boro atanka kan bonu bi mi e ka pesre yo ndin ke mo ye ba fo ne no iren nyin anya ma be nga first state ke Niger Delta ya na mi ya utomo ba no ibonu mi akabandu tamba arida kan no men kan bonu bi mi e sa tan bonu wonyen ki pe Niger Delta ba ga nyamme ammo eno ekre monte bonu mai ka pesa kuyo Dora Oku Ekong Akombok NTA
akamba oku basiku for basiku do Rapture Trust Ministry Bishop Moswil Omo Asinoyo akud me apono basike funda ya mo eni enso nganda ke basi ate andino mo owem Bishop Omo ketanga me idara anyeke tugo onyo dike itienye ke tiere bo so ke tuko nuno mo uson sanke anyeke niege elsepo ayana mjaiko sikita peke awambere obu fumo ke statement
kini Bishop Mosilumo akeri semanwa ubomo fuba kwa ibom ado mburu fo ufo wabasi ye mufan ekeri ko manye ira anye nyongo ribo usobo ke Lagos Bishop Mosilumo ma ko mabasi agekpe mege nyeke free ni ero nye ma yo ko ma kamu kara state nyen ete udomi Emmanuel anyo wadi andobo ke ridion asedi ke nyo usong monu fo wabasi ema nyo ko mabasi agenya age tubo mommo Bishop Mosilumo akeni uno mo mida anyeke ka ukanafun ku sene fiong dueba ke fiong sokeri swami tondo anyeke ba ke Lagos state abo usobo anyema abo ke ri nyong di mo abeni dara idorenyen aso mona basi ke state nyeremi ye monfen mikuyo LC Ekpo Akombok NTA
Ndi to fon wenta fiora ke state nyina dara ke ikoro paden ken ko kara mpare ni esemena mpo mi bono keke mitie ku fon were mi etanke itiendong ibara baino ndito u fon were mi nkompon me kamutum edepe ino akok anye apono kanna ke sedo ke akpa amoy mai wuri bibi yare setke to ko se amoy tangami eben me pepa ewet nsionsum po ke to ke yare seremo edida kinu atop ufogotum enti euyo mba enam ya ukara state merion sidon funamo akompo ngina ya nam ya ikumbomi
Nito fong wenta fio ke state nyerion kente Akwa State University students ema ko yemune di ufogotum enti euyo mba amo editang sidon funamo amma ke tanku karo fongwere mi eyemeri bommi mo ntendi to fongwe ti ammi mo mi sopo ini ko fongwere pe
SG president eke pipi ke samdo ayeke te ro fi wo ramte nyiri bongo ke rongo student nyiri mai gbe ko fongwe ntro amma ro ya nyiri yongo ibo ya nyiri yongo ani fonno
kiboro commissioner segem ko banga fangwe ke stere ke no edanie kanapan atanke mention siom franci ndi to fongwere mi eni ani usongo bako edanie kana tanku karo fongwere mi emerson boke ngwere nyamme ke mimo yeri siagiti una me kokku fongwe ntai fioro ba anwam ndi to mi adi sensio ko commissioner tanki ti usana nyanku fongwere mi ekoto kiko makara poto ama na bere ba ke mi kikpe ke kokku fongwe akana kekpe Commissioner mi asori ando kukaru fong wen te fiomi mi pe kukara esegem kwa bandu tem wet kested mu karandi to fong wele di onkente SUG e mani enko wood e banga pe dai bakom memfana Commissioner segem kwa bangwet Daniel Kanakpan amadi ani teme no fendi to fong wele te fiomi ebo ya ekpon wan ekpon ekong eyememem ke fanda
University e kwa ibom ene ke nam mpo fonno ebo wo egbe ako fong wele do 53,000 but ebo ke kemi ba kam kwe kan iba so wo kwe ba ke pa ipe ke wo first semester ikara ki so yin 30,000 40,000 ipe then yes o si na ebo ki de je mo fong we mo si kam fong we ebo ki je mi di yon mo si de ta nto fong we pe ko awo ma o pe yin na ga mi yin fo kemi don we
no iteme bo ya o karandi to fong we e dia na mo karo fong we mi ba to kendo e dependa o fong we mi kenyon kuyo Dora Oku Ekong Akombok NTA
Ufok dik etiebe ke ikore Britam ken kokara orugonam enam yadion ke temmo Senator Donald Dick etiebe edion ke nyente akpana na akedogo akamukara state ke yo Cross River ama akpa bunu for mo ekenam yadion ebanga midara mo eke bogo ke ye mpon membo ana eba ke afe nkuku ana mbogo mi akara itie ke itie se ke code independent hall ke ba kombongin ayana mi kupse mbunu forum yeke tanga no mbunu fe na
idara ayene ka akpamkpa mi otu ekong doni tiebet aketanga no membong afe nkuku na abanga mkpa ayene ka mo Senator Donald tiebet ama ako mo basi banga ayene ka mo idara ke bara kuwem ke yene ka mo ama adwetu wem ake fonno akpamkpa mi ete nie kan etiebet akebo ke mi mo ikiri dokomme mbongo mi mbare di ngo ke ete mi mo ama akpa kiboro paramount ruler esienudum adogo adaiwo no membon kenka afe nkuku ana obon cosmos akpan ama akom bunu fox Senator Donald etiebet nanga edinam ya memo idion ibanga mkpa etemmo anye ma bo ke Senator Donald etiebet akodo etiewo ake niegi ma ono fru bonowo ake ne dependara nkodu yuforo ke state ye in Nigeria adian ke age ke nido mo afun bonowo eso reda yenye esin wet enonye anye do akpa yinena akamakokara nte governor ke yo Cross River State Kiswa 1983 meti woro kokoro no nkokara abagye orugonam ete Emmanuel Odosen yete ubongidion emaeta ntikon no item enon de topampa ya mo ikutu antem bonemi ni yegabasi ya mo edara si adogo ete mo maruwem ake fonno ida ake ba kuwem Senator Donald Tiebet osong iswa na yitun edi bugo nye kefion sen boboket kefion Dweba Israel Sokesenemi, Ketromo, Kikorepuk, Ikore Britam, Kenko Kara, Orugonam, Nsika Okun, Okombo.
Okangin Tembuk, Ubarosene, Kibibu, Atredomi, Miriam Vincent, Koyari Beneke, Kombakare War.
Thanks for joining our AM News. I am Marian Vincent Oku, and now to the details. Governor Dom Emmanuel has advocated immediate employment of trained ex-militants to complement federal government's action in bringing sanity in the Niger Delta creeks. The governor made the call when the presidential aide on amnesty visited him in Uyo. Government House correspondent Emoit Modo has details.
The governor noted that since the ex-militants were trained in different specialized skills, the Presidential Amnesty Office should liaise with the oil sector and the local content board to fix them in relevant agencies and sectors where their expertise will enhance and contribute to the economic development of the nation. Governor Udom Emmanuel stated that the reintegration of the trained ex-militants may end future agitation as vandalism of oil pipelines have reduced.
Let there be a very good policy. Let there also be a kind of an MOU between the oil producing communities and the community, and they should be in the government. Let there be a tripartite. Because these people, I mean, the government people. You don't just govern an entity and an entity. So those people are people that we govern. So if we have that kind of tripartite community arrangement, we can always call them to order. If you ignore some of these things, even as a government, you have problems.
The special advisor to the president on Niger Delta and coordinator, Presidential Amnesty Program, Major General Paul Boro, retired, said the engagement of the disarmed ex-agitators will be beneficial to all and solicited for collaboration of the Niger Delta states to provide employment.
We don't want ex-agitators to, as we take laws into their hands. We want to see that they are reintegrated back into the system so that they can add value to development.
The Presidential Amnesty Coordinator is sensitizing the Niger Delta region as a proactive measure to reintegrate the repented militants. In Uyo, Imo Etimodo, NTA News.
General Overseer of Rapture Trust Ministry, Bishop Moswil Umo, has charged Christians to be steadfast in God. Bishop Umo gave the charge at Ibom International Airport on his return from Lagos State, where he was receiving treatment after a ghastly motor accident. Asieko has the report.
Bishop Moswil Umo was received at Ibom International Airport by family members, the church and friends who were eager to see him after months of medical treatment in Lagos. Bishop Moswil Umo expressed gratitude to God for his benevolence and protection during his trying times.
For Jesus, who established and opened an account in the bank of eternal life and abundant life for me.
He appreciated the state governor, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, for his support, adding that blessing sometimes comes in disguise. Some church members also appreciated God for sparing the life of their bishop.
There is joy among the simple servants of God when a true minister of God is healed by God miraculously.
Heaven is even happier.
Bishop Moswil Umo was involved in a ghastly motor accident on his way to Okanafon on September 12, 2015. He has since been in Lagos State where he has been receiving treatment. His return has therefore brought joy and hope to the Christian community in Akwa Ibom State and beyond. In Uyo, Elsie Ekpo, NTA News.
Students of Akwa Ibom State University tested lack of conducive environment which has affected their academic pursuit. The students who protested to the premises of the Nigerian Television Authority (UYO) complained of irregular power supply. Has details.
Who chanted solidarity songs marched to NTA UYO with placards which conveyed various inscriptions said the institution has threatened to defer their studies for non-payments of tuition fees.
Education must be payment of fees is closed, one, and now they are asking us to defer our admission. School management should be able to understand the person and give the person some time.
There is no one of us here who has known what they call courtists. I don't think my friends here or my colleagues here are courtesans.
On a swift reaction, the Commissioner for Education, Eldanie Kanakpan, intimated that a memorandum of understanding have been signed with bank operators who will soon bring the project to existence. The Commissioner further stated that the portal has since reopened for payment of school fee, and the management of the university, Ministry of Education and the Student Union government had a meeting to resolve issues. He, however, advised students to desist from violence and see dialogue as a tool for resolutions.
The university has given a period for students to pay their fees, and there was further extension, and that period was to lapse on Monday. So possibly students who could not pay, we had expected maybe they will still appeal to the university management for further extension.
The Akwa Ibom State University is about 4 years old and it's preparing to graduate its first set of students. Therefore, both students and the university authority should collaborate to ensure that Akwa Ibom State University becomes an academic excellence. In Uyo, Dora Oku Eko.
As scarcity of fuel continues in Akwa Ibom State, motorists are calling on government to expedite action towards ensuring that normalcy returns to fuel stations. A visit to some petrol stations shows long queue of people waiting to buy fuel. It was also observed that most filling stations where the products are available refused to open for sale, while most intending buyers have to wait for hours with the hope that the stations will dispense. Investigation shows that some filling stations sell for between 180 naira and 200 naira per litre, as against government pump price of 87 naira per litre. Most people have resorted to buying from black marketers who sell at 300 naira and 400 naira per litre. The people who lamented the prolonged scarcity and hike in fuel price, which they said has caused them untold hardship, also appealed for government intervention to alleviate the suffering of the people. It will be recalled that the Minister of Petroleum, Mr. Ibe Kachuku, has directed the Department of Petroleum Resources, DPR, to sell fuel free to the public at filling stations which indulge in hoarding of the product. And now to sports. Football fans in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital, have commended Super Eagles of Nigeria for qualifying for the next round of the 2018 World Cup qualifiers. John Paul Alumona, who interacted with some football fans after the match, filed in this report.
Super Eagles of Nigeria has qualified for the final round of the 2018 World Cup qualifier after a 2-0 win over Swaziland in Port Harcourt on Tuesday evening. Super Eagles players were lackadaisical in the first half without any cohesion in the play. The match ended goalless in the first half as the visitors wasted many scoring chances. The second half started with a more determined Super Eagles as they mounted pressure on the visitors, which led to the first goal in the 57th minute of the game through a free kick by Moses Simon.
Good free kick takers in the Globe Premier League. None of them is here today. And oh, what a goal that was! Moses Simon finally pressed the top here. Nigeria, they finally made hay, and how that was needed.
The Eagles continue to impress and entertain the home fans with more purposeful display. Nigeria doubled the lead 3 minutes to the end of the second half through a fumble to put the game beyond the visitors.
Just so poor that he has to suffer an injury. The free kick is fitting, and that's a second goal for Nigeria. Finally, Nigeria puts the game beyond the reach of Swaziland.
I've seen a lot of young guys who are coming up to play the game and play their hearts. So I believe they are going for, they will qualify for the next World Cup.
I really appreciate how Nigeria put more effort in second half and win the match.
The way the players are playing, I am happy. But they should put more effort. Yes, that is it. They should put more effort because we are still, I believe we still have some matches ahead to play with even the stronger teams.
With the result on Tuesday evening, Nigeria has joined 19 other countries in the second round of the qualifiers. In a related development, the Minister of Sports, Solomon Lalong, has received a handover note from the Sports Ministry as he resumes duty. For Sports Update, John Paul Alumon, NTN News.
Dick Etiebet's family in Uruanam local government area has formally proclaimed the transition of their son and former governor of Eastwell Cross River State, Senator Donald Dick Etiebet. The proclamation was made during a meeting with members of Afeng Kukwenang, the supreme traditional institution of Enang nationality, held at Independence Hall at Bak. Mr. Gawakun has details.
Informing the royal fathers of the demise of the former governor, a brother to the deceased, Otuekon Don Etiebet expressed gratitude to God that his brother lived a fulfilled life while on earth. Son of the deceased, Mr. Nyekan Etiebet said the family deemed it fit to inform the Afeng Kukwana of the death of their father as a sign of respect and also solicited their cooperation.
My brother was one person who was always determined to save his people.
Was a very deeply religious person that made his life testimony for practicing and pursuing his Christian faith.
The paramount ruler, Esenodum local government area, and President Afeng Kukwana, Abonkos Masakwan received the information of the transition of the former governor according to their tradition and commended the family for their show of respect to Anang traditional rulers and described the deceased as a true son of Anang nation whose kindness and humility disposition saw let Donald Etiebet as the first Anang son from a minority group to be elected governor of SY Cross River State in 1983. The transition chairman Abak and Orowanam local government areas, Mr. Emmanuel Udosen and Mr. Ubong Idiong, advised the family members not to mourn as unbelievers, but be glad that the father lived a life worthy of emulation. Let Senator Donald Etiebet died at the age of 85. His remains will be laid to rest on December 11, 2015 in his family compound at Ikorepu, Ikorebritam in Orowanam local government area. Nsikak Okon, NTN News.
More groups and individuals have continued to pay condolence visits to the family of Dr. Valentine Atta on the death of his mother, late Elder Deborah Bolajuku Atta. Emaide on Sunday reports that the former State Deputy Governor, Lady Valerie Ebe, was among the visitors.
Family former Deputy Governor, Lady Valerie Ebe expressed gratitude to God for the long life given to late Elder Deborah Atta, adding that her demise is a colossal loss, not only to Atta's family, but also to the state.
The relationship between a mother and a child. And the very lot that makes you bury your mother in a special way, making this very serious arrangement will also give you the same treatment when you leave it.
Others in their condolence speeches described late Elder Deborah Atta as a loving and caring woman whose righteous life did not go unnoticed.
The elders are still very much with the PDP and with the governor that we elected. But I'm also very happy that at the last national conference of the PDP, Akwa Ibom took the limelight.
We want to appreciate God for our late Mama for a life well spent.
God make it. That she lived up to 90 years means God has blessed her.
And I know how fond Savalata has been to his mother.
Responding, Dr. Valentine Atta thanked all the sympathizers for their support and love towards the family.
Celebration of life and thanking God. So that I have a great task which I cannot do alone. All what I'm saying is that I need your support. And that is support which I'm asking for.
Elder Deborah Atta will be buried on Friday, November 20, 2015 in Uyo, Emaide on Sunday, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the remains of late Madam Margaret Ene Robert have been laid to rest at her country home, Ikorakpaise Far, Itinan local government area of the state. She was aged 93. Wisdom Jacob completes the story.
The funeral service was conducted by the Apostolic Church, Akpasak, Efar District, Iwoito area, Itinan local government area. The service was preceded by lying in state where family members, church, friends and well-wishers paid their last respect. A biography of the deceased read by one of her grandsons, Felix James Ene, indicates that the late Madam Margaret Ene Robert, a devout Christian of the Apostolic Church, upheld the tenets of the church doctrine till death. Ayaduma, as she was fondly called, was a virtuous woman, a loving and caring mother, and a dependable friend to all. In a sermon, Pastor Nobongokpan, who preached on the theme, "My character will answer for me in future," reminded Christians that their lifestyle today will determine where they will spend eternity. He advised them to do the things God has commanded them to do with the assurance that God will reward them. The service featured thanksgiving by the family. Some family members comment.
A mother, like say she's a mother to me.
Late Madam Margaret Ene Robert is survived by 3 children, 11 grandchildren, 3 great-grandchildren, and a host of others to mourn her demise. From Etinan, Wisdom Jacob, NTA News.
The weather forecast for Thursday, November 18, 2015 shows that the morning period will be cloudy at 25 degrees Celsius. The afternoon period will be slightly rainy at 30 degrees Celsius, while the evening period will be cloudy at 26 degrees Celsius. That's the news. We'll take another look at the major stories. Governor Dome Emmanuel has advocated immediate employment of trained ex-militants to complement federal government's action in bringing sanity in the Niger Delta creeks. Students of Akwa Ibom State University have protested the lack of conducive environment which has affected their academic pursuits. You also heard in the news that football fans in the Akwa Ibom State capital have commended the Super Eagles of Nigeria for qualifying for the next round of the 2018 World Cup qualifiers. That's it from us, where before we go, we'd like to remind you to maintain mutual respect for each other and avoid aggression to sustain peaceful coexistence. That's it. Do have a great day.